Mr. Recoils, can you hear me, my good sir?
Yes, indeed I can, Mr. Axe.
Well, good. I'm glad. I hope the viewers can hear me too. I thought the game was starting and now it looks like they were saying not live. So I kind of hope that that does mean that they'll actually start the game. But you never know with these players, you know, somebody at the gate or all sorts of things.
Yeah, all sorts of bad excuses to put a pause up, right? Just to make us talk a bit longer.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you guys for thanks for joining us. This is the first time ReCo1LZa and myself are casting together. We're going to be doing VS Gaming Masters Leg 4. This is Leetpro versus Big 5, and it should be a pretty good one because it is probably the third best team in the country versus the fourth best team in the country.
Yeah, it's quite an exciting game because, it's always exciting watching two great teams go against each other. And I mean, third and fourth seed arguably closest, I think, in terms of competing. So yeah, it's going to be an exciting game. It's going to see who comes up on top here.
Yeah, I think it'll be quite an interesting one. If we look at the veto while we're waiting, because we didn't expect to be waiting here right now. Of course, we thought they were starting, and then somebody needed to go to the bathroom or somebody's mom was on the phone. I don't know, but we had the cash ban come in from Leetpro. Then there was the overpass ban for Big 5. Train pick out of Leetpro, which is interesting because Big 5 are generally pretty good on train. Then
Yeah.
Nuke band, Mirage band, and last map is Dust 2. And weirdly, this veto is backwards. They're actually starting on Inferno, which is Big 5's pick. So we got Inferno. Oh, and a knife coming in there from... well, that shouldn't have worked. He thinks his teammate's an Espartado there, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're live. So, that is an unfortunate way to start the round here. From Big 5 already taking a bit of damage. Well, it looks like they have apps control quite easily here from Big 5.
Okay, thanks for mentioning that there, Kristen. Sorry, had reinstalled Counter-Strike 3 times in the last few days. So some things I've forgotten to do, eh? Left the net graph open.
Oh, fun times.
Oh, great. At least it's not left-handed view model. I've done that so many times because I play left-handed and people
You play
complain on the stream.
left-handed? Wow.
No,
Okay.
not actually left-handed, just left-handed view model.
No. That's what I mean. It's quite interesting. I couldn't. Just saying.
Ooh, there was some strange action going on in there. Espetard is actually Spartan, so we're going to call him Spartan. I was checking that, and there's Spartan with the first kill on Zeo.
Yeah, Spartan coming in hot. That's Big 5 opening up onto the A side here. But there's still 2 players here left to contend with. Bomb, however, is still towards Banana. So it looks like that bomb is going to move with 4 players towards Banana. We still do have Espetada.
Spartan.
Who is that?
It's Spartan.
Is that Spartan?
Yeah.
Okay. We still have Spartan there holding on the A, just waiting for the rotate, seeing if he can pick another one off. But in the meantime, we do have Big 5 here coming onto B side quite quickly. Still no contest. There is Blaze with 1-2 through the smoke as Tianki takes him down. And still no pick here. 2 players still left alive for Leetpro here on B side. There we go. 2 kills come in quickly from Big 5. And that is the side control. We still do though. Slowy left alive. He's sitting there in catacombs waiting for something, trying to find a kill. But, oh, there's one from Tuckborg down from, oh, that is Spartan going down. But Lighters trades out. And now it is a big 1v3 here from Tuckborg.
I kind of hesitate to say that he can do this. I don't think he can with 50 HP. It's probably not going to happen. So you'd see him look after his armor most likely and maybe just look to catch an exit or something like that. But it did seem like the defense there from Leetpro really wrong-footed towards A. And they just didn't have enough guys there to receive the Big 5 team when it came. It was a very, very slow pistol round.
Yeah, slow pistol round seems to work here for them. They pick up the round. There's still 3 players left. And we do have the second round buy on that AK, making sure that any force-ups are punished.
Yeah, we'd expect that to come in. I think your mic's distorting a little bit, by the way, man. Maybe just, hit it with a hammer or something like that. I always find that's a good way to sort out a microphone, but no, don't do it. Don't do it. Oof, Tianki eats a big fat nade there. So on the force buy here for the CTs, that's Leetpro on the CT side. They've gone for 3 Deagles, 2 P250s, and they got a fair bit of armor as well. You can just see the 2 players that are likely to pick up AWPs, because I think we will see a double AWP out of Leetpro, Slowy and Bananas foregoing the armor.
Yeah, you have that Mac 10 or the trying to farm up some there. Gets a tag onto Banana, 17 HP left there on him. But now there are 3 players left. 3 players left. Saying that, there goes Lighters with the big headshot onto Tianki, taking down the 3rd player that I was going to mention there on the B side. And that just leaves Banana and boosted Slowy there to contend or to defend here. Or checks the boost, Lighters does, but he gets taken down as Bananas. And that's the B side open, except for 1 player left alive here.
Yeah, it should be pretty cut and dried from this point. I don't really see too much happening. Blaze through the smoke, but that is a pretty common angle, so not going to freak out and shout. Maybe I will. Ah, that was amazing. Okay, no, it really wasn't, but pretty routine. Apparently your mic is terrible and you should burn it.
That's great. Great news to hear. I'll try and fix that. Hold on.
No, it's cool. It's not too bad actually. It's better than it was with a little bit of adjustment. But you guys got to understand, we do shout a little bit more when we cast than when we test. So inevitably things are going to distort and be a little different. What isn't different is this round. It's pretty much the same result that we're going to have as the first round. Pretty clean victory. I was going to say clean victory, but there's Zeo drops convict. So never mind.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Is he going to retreat? Nope. Blaze takes him out there with a swift headshot. That was nice. Finish off that round. 3rd round. Are they gonna? No, they're gonna save 1 more here. Is Leetpro going into the 3rd round? I mean, so this is pretty cut and dry, right? So Big 5 win the pistol, and then take the first 3 rounds. So the first gun round only going to come in on the 4th round, which is going to be interesting to see. And a very quick aggression here from Leetpro, but it gets cut down there by the USP. Lighters and Blaze there to clean up. The convict picks up 1 as well. So, well, That's the third round in the bag for Big Five, and let's see what the bye round brings for Leetpro. Maybe the defense a bit stronger there, eh?
Yeah, I think it'd probably be. We've got an ReCo1LZa. He's a really strong player. He's looked very good for probably a year now. I got to say he wasn't necessarily the most exciting player to me a couple of years ago, and people were saying that he's one of those guys to watch. But in the last sort of 18 months, the guy has just been crazy, and particularly the last 6 months, he's the in-game leader. He's calling and he's wrecking people with an AWP. That's a lot of responsibility on one player.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you, and just with everything that you said there. And well, there we go, opening it up with that AWP and Banana. They're getting aggressive, which is quite nice to see. Convict going down, and that shuts down that Banana aggression that we've seen the whole game already from Big Five. I mean, getting the first kill there, or slowly getting the first kill there, is massive in terms of shutting down that aggression quickly.
Yeah, pretty important. It's a fairly standard thing to do what they did there, go for the boost next to the wall while you got a little bit of smoke protection. So nice to see them getting aggressive. You'll see Big Five tend to play a lot more passively than that. So it is sort of a dichotomy of two very different styles of teams. Leetpro are very aggressive. Big Five tend to be a little bit more reserved, but it hasn't necessarily hurt Big Five so far. It's a 3-0, and they're still within touching distance of possibly taking this round anyway. They've only lost one player. 40 seconds to go. Surely got to see a side take coming here.
Yeah, well, Spartan here, he's looking down into pit, see if he can find Tuckhawk, but Tuckhawk not giving him that angle. And there's the boost peak from Leetpro. Zero going down to 7 HP, and this is now Big Five going into side, getting one there with the molly. There goes Banana, and Blaze returning, Custom returning as well. So that's a 3v2. Side has been taken. Bomb will go down, and this is a pretty interesting retake here. I think they're just going to save. I mean, that AWP, they're famous as well. Yeah, they're going to run back to B side and just save that. Not going to contend here, already being down a couple of rounds.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's not a smart economic decision to go for the fight. So, and they've actually threw away the AK there as well. That's really smart out of Big Five to deny any potential weapons. So, FAMA's definitely not as good as an AK, unless you're Burning Red. He's the only one who'd argue about that. But he's crazy.
We all know that, but anyway.
Yeah. So far, pretty good start here. Guys, do let me know if the audio levels are good and everything. Like I said, I've actually had to reinstall and change all sorts of things because after the Panorama update, CSGO just did not work. For me, it would crash within like 20 seconds of opening. So trying to get everything working again. I do hope it is all working, except for your mic. I can't do anything about that. You're like, what, how many kilometers away? A few hundred?
Yeah, it's just over 700. It's okay. We'll try and sort. Hopefully it's better. I've done some tweaking, so if guys can let me know. But well, here's that little bit of a force up here from Leetpro. Couple of Famises in hand. Better than AK question mark. And a Deagle and a P250 from Zeo and Bananas. And well, here we see that slow Big Five play. Bomb still sitting T-spawn side. Mid's been smoked off, so is Banana, but Tianki and Slowy, they're going to decide to hold passively. Going to boost up again is Tianki. And Spartan's looking for apps control. Pretty standard, yeah. I mean, nothing interesting, no quick plays. Spartan not going to get Zero, but Zero with the P250. Can he connect with the headshot? No, he can't. That's Spartan with the opening kill. And it's going to give some room here on the A start, although I don't think they're expecting 3 other players there.
No, probably not. A bit of a gamble stack coming out of Leetpro here. I want to call them Team A, but there's somebody playing for the A team. That's Slowy. That's some good work on Spartan.
Yeah, it's great work there, and that's going to shut that push down as the bomb is rotating down back towards B side. I think they maybe called it, and the rotations aren't going to come through quick enough. I know, well, Slowy, he's toying with the idea. He does finally rotate. Tianki from boost gets one, and that's bomb down as well. So, haven't retrieved it yet through the smoke. Can Lights get anything? Nope. The boost is going to come back again. He's slowly trying to get a peek there with the AWP. Doesn't get anything, though, for his efforts, and that is control of the site. But I don't think Big Five realized that. They haven't got the bomb down yet. They're not comfortable planting. There he goes, sprays through the smoke, gets Slowy, and that's going to be depressing there.
Oh, yeah, that's going to hurt. And that's also going to hurt Customer with the pinpoint AK shot. Is he aware of the other player here, though? Behind him, he will be now, and he should be able to cover this. He's got the stronger weapon, and it does prevail. So Tianki there, the last man left alive in a retake scenario, and it's not really a retake that you want to go for. But how can he get out here? He just can't get out. There's nowhere to go.
No, there isn't. He's going to have to try and kill at least one here to try and get out, or you know, try and make something happen, but no, Blaze is there with the headshot, says no, and that is 5-0 up for Big Five here on Leetpro, and quite dominating fashion, I must say, as well.
Very much so. If we go back to that third place playoff at the Rush Vodacom 4U CS:GO Cup, which is the only LAN we've had so far this year of any real appreciable size, Big Five dominated Leetpro then. And it's kind of surprising because Leetpro were the only map to really give Energy a hard time. The only team, shall I say. They took a map off them. My words not catching up with my brain a little bit there, but still the point stands. This round should be pretty much a throwaway, so I'm gonna ignore its existence for now.
Yeah.
But you kind of say they should be fairly close on paper looking at the results they've had against other teams, but it does seem like Big Five, so far historically anyway, has had Leetpro's number.
Yeah, I mean, you said it right. So it doesn't look as close as it should be, but well, we'll see. I mean, this game is far from over, so we'll see. Hopefully, a little bit more competitive spirit coming out here from Leetpro, trying to contest here. Because at the moment, it just looks like it's Big Five's map, and they're looking in good stead to run away with this game or this map at least.
Yeah, it kind of does look like it, and I'm also a little bit worried that the next pick is Train, potentially, because Train isn't... It's a strong map for Leetpro, but going back to the last sort of 12 months, Big Five have been really good, and they were picking it for quite a while as well. Dust 2's undecided, and I kind of would have thought maybe Dust 2 would be a pick out of Leetpro, because not a lot of teams will play it, and the fact that it's even in the map means it's a possibility for them. The only thing I'm a little bit worried is if they lose this first map. I don't know if they can win Train.
Yeah, that's gonna. I mean, they're gonna have to try and do something here to get to that third map. I think. If Big Five win this one, I mean it's the mental game. Not only that, but they do look stronger, as you have pointed out. So, well, we'll see what happens here. And looks like Lighters is trying to find that all pick, but not going to find anyone. Zio though. He's going to find Spartan, and that's going to be the opening frag there from him. First, Tuckbrook, he replies as well. That's 2 down. Convict replies finally with the headshot there, or there. Zio, he's going to reply again, and that's 4v2 down already. And I mean, Bomb is still in the control of the T's, so we'll see what they decide to do here.
Well, this could be the first round win here for Leetpro. Everything happening too quickly for Order Director as well. I think Zio should have himself another one here as well. There's the classic smoke towards Library. Oh, not a smoke. Actually using it as a... Oh, it was a smoke. Sorry. I thought it was a flash or something because he peeked off it a little bit quickly. But that's something a lot of players will often do is peek ahead of the smoke to try and catch the players off, and it caught me off.
Yeah, I mean, that caught me off as well. So I'll see what it did in game. But now, look how passive Leetpro are playing here on side. I mean, they know that Big Five have gone into CT, so Yankee already looking in that direction. Custom's going to try and peek to get a frag. Yankee just denying the timing coming through great there. Custom Blaze, they're going to make their way onto side. So there goes the molly down, and they should connect onto the frag. And Yankee gets one. Can he get a second? Yes, Slowy is there to help out and get that second frag. So first round on the board here for Leetpro.
Yeah, finally. And our first panorama bug of the night. So I don't know if you're having it as well.
What? No.
A couple of the players' names disappearing. It's one of those things so far.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Penguin. It's good to see you in chat. I do love you. I'm not ignoring you. Actually, I am ignoring you a little bit, but we'll see. Double off for Zio and Slowy was so good in that last round. And I imagine it's going to be inferential to come as well. It's interesting with Leetpro how many of these players can AWP, of course. Even in the past, we've seen Tianki going back a little bit, playing secondary AWP. Not his best role, but Zio, Slowy, and Bananas, all guys who can primary AWP if they want to.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it paid off for them in that last round. They're showing their diversity here, or their cannon. Oh, there we go. Tuckborg with a nice headshot onto Spartan. It's actually what's been putting Big Five ahead in most of the first 5 rounds is where Slowy kept getting the opening pick in apartments, and it puts them in such a good standing for the rest of the round. But the last 2 rounds, well, the last round that Leetpro won in this round, Spartan's gone down. So we'll see if they can remake the last round and get another win here. And there, Slowy misses that shot. That's vital there. He gets the second onto Blaze though. Can he get the third? No, he misses that as well. Tianki though, he's going to hear easy up with the crossfire. Gets one. Yes, but Lighters there through a bit messy there. Lighters gets a second with the molly there onto Slowy, and that is Lighters left alive in a 1v3. Bomb is going to go down. Molly's not going to be in the position for that plant. So Lighters, can he make something happen? Nope, Banana's there to try to get him down, and that is the second round on the board for Leetpro. Looks like more of a game here, Extremes. The last 2 rounds have been a lot closer.
Yeah, and vitally, we've also had 3 players alive for Leetpro as well, so that's going to help build the economy a little bit. If you win with only 2, you do struggle a little bit to build up some bank, so I think this will help them out. They're still not swimming in the cash, but they're at least in the position now that they can be competitive. Of course, talking about swimming in the cash, Big Five had all of it, and well, they're looking pretty good. I got to take it back to slow in that last round, though. There's titanium plated kahunas there to stand in the fire and go for the kill and get it.
Yeah, I mean that was great. Changed the facet of that round completely. And Lighter's trying to spam there. He's not going to find anything. No damage taken on the side of Leetpro. And look, again, this is so slow. I mean, Bomb's still sitting in T-spawn, and looks like they want to take a bit of banana control. Their flash is going to come through, and it's going to force Leetpro back. Slowly still going for that shot, not hitting it though. But I mean, this is the thing, right? Banana control on Inferno is so important, and this is why Big Five are committing so much util to it.
Yeah, a little bit faster out of Big Five this round, and I mean, talking about faster, this is definitely not a fast player compared to a lot of other teams, but still taking a bit of a banana control away, and that's forced the 2 players to turtle towards the site. And you can see Leetpro going for the boost again. I wonder if they do, if we do see a B hit come in eventually, whether Big Five will be ready for that. Will they have learnt their lesson from the previous time?
Yeah, I mean, well, we hope so, right? Looks like an A execute is going to come through here. Smokes are being lined up, and Spartan, he's peeking. Tuckbook there on balcony is going to be first contact. Can he find something? No, he turns away for the flash. It doesn't find anything. Blaze and Spartan open that site up very cleanly, and that is 3v5 left here, and no damage taken on the side of Big Five. Slowy, there we go. First bit of damage done, and he gets the kill down to Convict. But now, is Leetpro going to commit here and try and retake the side?
If they don't get a kill in the next sort of 10 seconds, then it's probably time to bug out. And they are committing quite a bit of manpower towards the Slowy. So aggressive. He actually gets completely flashed and flicks down, gets the kill. Now it's actually doable. Or is it? Lighter says no. And you can see Slowy's also saying, well, I've had enough of this. Bombs tick down a little bit too much.
Oh, no, not getting that kill either. But he's going to get taken down with the ult here.
Whoa, he hit him!
Oh, he gets the leg! If he got that kill, oh, it would have been great. But no, he doesn't get it. And Big Five pick up another one. And that's going to put... Yeah, that's going to put Leetpro back onto a savior.
Yeah, it will surely. So talking about having issues with CS, I just had my web browser crash as well. So I don't know what's up with my PC. At least CS and OBS is still going. So we'll go with that. That helps at least. Sorry for the slight lag. It's because I had to alt tab, guys. Got to fix stuff.
Great thing of running a stream as well, eh? Making sure everything runs properly. And again, we see some aggression here from Leetpro on this pistol round, right down at the bottom of Banana already. Tuckbook with the 1 dig, gets the kill there, and Spartan, he picks up Zio, waiting for that second to push, doesn't though. So, gonna back off there into underpass and wait for Bananas here to push him. Bananas being patient, though he's waiting for the player to come out slowly.
Oh, Lighters must have seen him surely. How did he not notice the gun sticking out there? Bananas. Is it going to be a knife? It's going to be a knife!
So worth. Blaze picking up the second, and there's the second for him there. And just Tianki left alive. He's the only one that brought up, so it looks like he's going to go and find 2 players on the site. Not sure if he wanted to. I think he might have wanted to save that, but well, Nate's coming through. He's going to try and save this M4. Maybe get a couple of pickoffs. Not too sure.
Yeah, he's probably just looking for an exit. I don't think that, considering all of the value that he's covering on his carrying on his back, that he should really go for this. But you know, Tianki, he's the pro. He knows what he's doing. And it does seem like he's gotten himself into a pretty good position to potentially get a kill. Drops Blaze to 2 HP, but Blaze drops him in response. So there's another round for Big Five, and that's the half win for them as well. Unfortunately, they're Tianqi with the saved weapon from the previous round, and we also had, I think it was, actually no, Slowy went down. So it was the only saved weapon. Just not enough firepower, really. We do see the buy come in here, but I don't know, is it enough to stop the momentum out of Big Five? I don't think so, so far anyway.
Yeah, no, I don't think so, hey. And just by looking at it, 8-2 up on T side on Inferno would be an interesting one to come back from. But then aggression here again from Bananas. He's already up mid, and already Banana control being completely taken by Leetpro, and that is Tianqi sitting deep, deep down. But the bomb and 4 players. Spartan, hello, takes off Zero's head with a great shot there. And that is the entry that they wanted, but that's going to cause the rotation here. And flashes and smokes are going to, or the flashes and smokes are going to come out here to take this A side. And are they going to keep it off with? Yes,
oh, Bananas.
Kill. Typebook replies as well. Gets 2. That's 3v4. There's now.
What?
He's going to get a second. How? Convict takes him out finally with the headshot. 2v3 now, and there goes Slowy. Replies just as Lattice gets one, and now 2v1 Convict. He's left with the bomb. There gets 1. Can he find the last kill? This will be 3 for him for the round rather. But he's going to make the long rotation all the way back to B side, leaving Slowy wondering where he's going to go. But he's going to follow him on mid.
I thought for a second Convict might look to play the double fake and go back to A for a second. He seemed very interested in CT, of course, worrying that he might get picked off. We do have, as the bomb goes down, Slowy coming down around on the flank, and this might potentially catch Convict off. The only thing is, the longer it takes for Slowy to show himself from CT, the more likely it is that he's coming from behind. And a difficult situation. He knows exactly where to look, and he just peeks at the right time. I saw him jiggle peek there. I think he spotted him a little bit earlier than we necessarily saw there, but nice shot out of Convict. Triple kill, and that is a round, and I wanted to get excited for Leetpro. I really did, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. I mean, it could have gone their way, but, well, see what happens. The pause does come in, so attack pause here maybe. Trying to decide as Leetpro what their plan of action is going to be going to the latter stages of the first half here, with only 3 or 4 rounds left.
Yeah, there's not much left. They need at least 5 to be competitive. Ideally, you'd want 6. This is a map that in recent times has been a little bit more even than it used to be. It used to be fairly CT-sided, but it's become quite even. 9-6 either way actually isn't uncommon. So I think for them, if they can at least get 5, they'd be somewhat competitive. But overall, I don't think Leetpro has been doing anything wrong. Their setups have looked good. The banana control's been quite effective as well. It's just the entry power between what we've seen out of Spartan and Blaze. That entry duo, they are just doing fantastic work. And you can see it on the scoreboard, 13 kills on Blaze. And for a guy who's going in first or second into a bomb site, to have that many kills and to have that good a KD means that he is absolutely on a tear, because he should be dying more, right?
Yeah, no, 100% I agree. And this is the first quick round here we see from Big Five. Losing Blaze quite early, but it is a save here.
Awkward.
So, oh dear. Tuckbook is going to back off that fight, try and fight another day. Gets custom. That's nice eco damage here, taking down 2 players already. So, is Spartan again. So, like I was saying, I mean, you have this big of a gap. I mean, as you said, you ideally want have more than 5 rounds, because this is going to make the T side for Leetpro very, very difficult. Near impossible, I would say, if they don't get at least another 3 or 2 rounds. The last 3 rounds. Sorry. Quick maths is not working for me today.
Quick maths, indeed.
Quick maths. So they need to get these last 3 rounds if they want to stay competitive. I mean, yeah, you could argue that 4 is enough, but
aggression.
Comfortable.
There's some aggression out of Zio. He gets 1, in fact, and he's got some backup as well. Huge aggression out of Slow Down Banana as well. The kills favoring I was going to say favoring the T's, but they're just flying in left and right. Everybody dying, and we got a 2v2 within 1 minute 30 on the clock still.
Yeah, that was very quick aggression from, but I like it though from Leetpro. They're changing things up. They're making Big Five, well, they're making Big Five play their game, not playing the slow, style that we've seen all game from Big Five. So I like it. I mean, I like that they're trying to change things up. Unfortunately, doesn't look like it worked too well. I mean, the bomb is down for Big Five, so we'll see what Slowy and Tianki can do here. Spartan though, he's there with the kill, and Slowy, he's and one. Making it a 1v1, he's going to smoke the bomb off to give himself some time. Is he going to go for this? Yeah. Tap it once. Spartan, he's going to spray there. Not realizing. Slowy. He's off the bomb now. Slowy's going to have to tap this again. There comes the flash as well.
The flash could help him. Oh,
Or...
I think the flash helped him. It got it. That is the round. Look at that from Slowy.
That is so unfortunate. That flash helped so much.
Yeah, that so very rarely works, but it actually did that time. It's something you can do if you right click. You can prime a nade before you go for the diffuser, then drop it as you go, and almost never works. It's just sort of a gimmicky desperation thing, and the desperation works out. There's a round for Leetpro. The only problem is everybody died, so their buy is absolutely dire, whereas Big Five have got all the money in the world.
Yeah, I mean, these SMGs aren't doing much work against the full armored AKs, although that nade does do a fair bit of damage, so that's going to help them out a bit there. And Big Five, they are now watching those smokes like hawks, waiting for Leetpro to come to pummel through them again. But 3 players here stacked on the A side, and looks like Big Five are going to make their way towards balcony and try and come out here. Bananas, he's going to be first to face here close range. Oh, super Spartan. Okay, that's the headshot on the head of Banana gone, and there goes Takbok as well. And that is that entry duo of Blaze and Spartan doing work again.
Huge work. Look at that. Through the smoke he goes. And Lighters, I think you could call him the closer in this team. He's often the guy who's going to be lurking, gets a kill as well. But, you're talking about Blaze and Spartan. They are absolutely destroying them. Custom with some distraction of his own as well. And that's 11-3. That's a very emphatic half win. And the money is in the toilet. It's not even circling the bowl. It's gone down the drain already.
It's not a place where you want to be on the last round of the half. Is Leetpro with their buy, a couple of upgraded pistols, armor. Not really a place that you want to be on the 15th round of a half when you 3-11 down. But we'll see if they can make it work for them. And they're going to do some aggression down here as well. But Blaze, he's going to wait shift this time. Second guessing it again. Bananas taking a lot of damage. And there's comes Tiaki into the crosshair of Blaze and gets taken down. But, well, this round, you need to pull out something out of the Hatcher axe for them to get it.
Yeah, you can see they're trying to be aggressive with the pistols. It's something you tend to have to do. You're either going to hold a close angle or you're going to take aggression, and the aggression not working out at all early round and holding the angles there a little bit later didn't work out so well either. So this should be 12-3. I just would have liked to maybe see a little bit more in the way of setups from Leetpro on these ecos, because you'd often see teams win an eco or two, but none of them have really gone the way of Leetpro at all.
Unfortunately not. And, well, that is the half, 12-3. And that is
panorama music.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Music.
Oh no. Die.
Yeah.
Wait, I can't make it go away. I just remember that now. It's a bug in panorama. It just doesn't matter.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter.
Sorry guys, I hope you enjoyed the music that is designed to tilt my foes. That's the only reason it exists. Like somebody says to you weird music, it means you're getting to them. Your teabagging is working.
Oh man. I can't agree with you.
Oh.
Quick round there, Lighters with the headshot and says, okay, I'll just go back to B-side. I've done the work. Takes off the head of Slowy. And, well, gets out with his life. And that's something great there for Big Five here to start off the round. Unfortunately for Leetpro, though. Yo, he finds one. Can he find a second? Would have been good. No, it doesn't. Blaze takes him out. Doing more work is Blaze. Just rags. And 3-4 now here. Leetpro not in a good setting. Do not need to try and take this A side quite cleanly here. Not losing anyone. We've got Spartan. Gonna dink up Bananas and take him down. That's custom Spartan. There we go. Spartan gets a second headshot, just clean. And that's Takbok left. Finds one, but not enough. And that is 13 rounds on the board here. And this is dire now for Leetpro. I mean, not a situation you want to find yourself in losing the pistol. This is almost you could almost say it's game in the hand for.
At least on the first map, of course. We
Yeah.
do have Train coming up and the Decided Dust 2 if we do somehow get there. I do think Auto Direct has really been bad tonight for some reason. We've been missing
Let's
a lot.
just blame Panorama Auto Director.
Panorama, the UI has some control over the Auto Director. Meanwhile, a huge nade coming in there, everybody getting wrecked by that. And that is softening them up here to perhaps deal the death blow for Big Five.
They're going to slow down that push. Another flash coming out, though. Molly. Here comes the push from Leetpro. Can they find one at least? No, Blaze is there. There we go. Finally, Blaze gets one, but the nade comes out. V2 here for Big Five. They're going to need to find one or two more. And tags up Tuckbook very low. He's got that SMG in hand, though, so he could do some work. Unfortunately, he is on the low HP player. And no. I think there was like 3 nade kills in that round.
Quite a few.
You know, so yeah, unfortunate here for Leetpro. They're gonna take the knock on the chin. That's the 14th round for Big Five.
What do you think roast tuckbok tastes like? Do you think it tastes as good as it sounds?
I mean, I'd assume it would taste the same as burning branches of a tree, I guess.
Did I ask a hard question?
Oh, there's that another nade doing a lot of damage. Big Five's nades on point tonight.
Absolutely, and well, the full savior, you wouldn't expect them to be able to do too much. Convict's going to mow them down with that SMG. There's just no way they're going to be able to stand against the fully armored players. So, not too much to say. Maybe they'll get a kill, yeah, there we go. That's probably all they're going to get.
Yep, and there is the last kill from Custom. 15 rounds on the board here. Map point. Thought it was lagging out.
It did, it lagged for me as well, so it was a Go TV issue. It happens, so... Not the end of the world, and there we go. The end of the map. This is something that typically happens when you don't have a like an overarching client to stop it from moving to the next map. So we'll be bringing you Train. As you can see, there's like a 2-minute delay on Go TV. They did win, and then they switched the map. They didn't wait for us. Terrible form players. No, we're kidding. We do love you guys. We appreciate the entertainment, and we hope we'll bring you some more entertainment in just a few minutes. I think we're back. Are you back, sir?
I'm indeed, sir.
Good to hear. So we're just about ready to go. And the knife round did happen. I didn't notice. I was getting some water. Oops.
Yeah, the knife round did end up happening. So we have Big Five starting on CT on train. Where would you say your favorite side is here on?
Well, I got to go with Big Five still, just based on the head-to-head matchups that we've had so far. Big Five tend to have Leetpro firmly under control, whereas Leetpro seem to be quite explosive against some of the other top teams. And on the angle there, I thought maybe Spartan would get a little bit more than a headshot for his troubles.
Yeah, well, I mean, that does put Spartan to 4 HP. It seems like Leetpro here are the ones playing it slow on train. We got Bomb here moving towards Ivy, and here, if Convict's gonna that position, very slow from Leetpro. I mean, we saw some aggression from them on Inferno, but we didn't act the T side, well, their T side. I mean, we saw a couple of rounds. There comes Slowy. He finds Blaze with
And it's a
an
fake.
amazing stage shot. And Zero, he replies there, gets one as well. So that's 2 down, 4. That is finally replying. The bomb is going onto a side. So great fake here. Light is going to pick up the second one. Going to make this a lot easier here. Bomb is going to get hurt by Convict. Doesn't matter though. He's going to go down 2v3 now in the favor of Leetpro. And Smoke is going to come down to help block off there. Light is going to come through. He's on low HP though. Gets taken down from heaven. Try, tap, find something. No, he doesn't yet. There we go. There's the headshot. Custom 1v2 now. Still has a lot of work to do. 35 HP left on him. He's got a kit though, but Banana's there with the headshot. And that is opening round on the board for Leetpro.
Yeah, that was much better in that pistol round than what we saw out of either pistol round from Leetpro and Inferno. Clearly much more comfortable on their own map pick. And that fake was fantastic. It just solved it completely. The fact that Zia and Bananas got kills as well as they ran into that B bomb site really solved it effectively. There was no bomb sighted, but they had to respond. They had to rotate because their defenders were dying.
Yeah, that goes a completely different way if Big Five managed to get those kills instead of Leetpro. But Leetpro did get them, and that is SMGs all around. Those Mac Daddy 10s in the hands of Leetpro, trying to farm up some money just with do that work there. Deagle's in the hands of Big Five. We saw what guys could do with them, and there's doesn't get the kill hit. Yankee kills Convict. Bomb goes down, and at this point, here's the second one. This is just Leetpro gonna farm up the money. Gets 1-2 there again. All Mac 10 kills. And we're gonna the last kill here going to Slowy. Well, that's a clean round there. Not losing any players, which is great.
Yeah, that was nice and easy for them. And the fact that they didn't lose players, they're all on SMGs as well. That's a little dangerous sometimes if you don't have a rifle or two for some of those longer range engagements, particularly against the Deagles. But they make it work, and thankfully for them, they make it work. So what that's going to mean is in the next couple of rounds, they're going to have ample opportunity to farm up some cash with those.
Yeah, they definitely are. And I mean, this is a full save here from Big Five. Gonna get aggressive here on B-side. One. Can't get a second. Light is actually fixing up. There's Zero in the back. Gets one. Gets two, but gets taken down by Custom in the end there. Custom and Blaze doing the work there. Bomb is going to towards A side here in the hands of Slowy. Gets planted, and Custom and Blaze both have Mac 10s now picked up. They aren't going to try and do anything here. Anything fancy. Maybe get one or two. We Blaze here going in towards or Yankee. You're not going to find him though.
This post plant should be pretty much a formality here. I don't see with no armor that these players are necessarily going to be able to do much. And they look good on camera there. Tian adding to his tally rather nicely. I think he's probably top fragging so far. 3 kills, no deaths. So that's going to work out pretty well for him. That was interesting. One of the Leetpro players throwing the SMG away when you could have given it to a teammate, I guess. But they are going to bring out the rifles, yeah, and rightly so. They are going to be facing players who they'll probably know won't have head armor, so those SMGs can work. The problem is that a Mac 10 is a little bit less useful than something like a UMP or an MP7, and all those are some big nades.
Wow, doing a lot of damage there to Leetpro, and the bomb is still sitting towards T-spawn, so they're going to have to get all the kills here, but Big Five are saying no, denying this entry to the side completely, but Tianqi and Takbok there getting the 2 kills, making it a 2v2, making this a little bit more interesting. They're going to have to go back for the bomb at some point, though. Lights is taking a lot of damage. Custom coming from
this
behind.
should be it.
Yeah, Tianqi, he's low on health. He's going to get the kill here. Yeah, Custom gets the kill, and Takbok left on 34 HP as well. Lights is rotating all the way around, making sure that he doesn't lose his weapon. And Custom, he gets that kill. First round actually on the board here for Big Five. And I think the bomb's quite instrumental when you're playing on T side.
Yeah, that was some nice work, and I got to put it on Convict as well. Overall, though, Convict there with 8 HP got 2 kills, and they just didn't deal with him after Slurry initially dropped him low. So from that point, he was just allowed to run right. Everybody wasn't aware of him; they thought he'd fallen back or something. So he had the potential to break it apart, and he did. The buy though is not great here out of Big Five. So this is a big opportunity for Leetpro to reset them.
It is, and I mean we have already the AWP, but slowly down to 6 HP. The AWP is out though, but he's on 6 HP. So we have Tianqi looking for Blaze in Ivy. Not going to find anything though. Just waiting for that push, waiting for that aggression is Tianqi, and he's not find anything. The smoke does come out finally from Blaze, and well,
Catch.
Oh, the nade. Oh,
no, he didn't.
It looked like a smoke on my screen, and I was just like, oh, look at these nades.
You need a new graphics card, man. What the hell?
I mean, I don't even know what's going on. I can't even tell you. But anyway, Flash is coming out. This is Big Five holding strong here in Ivy. I mean, they've heard the presence.
The thing though for Leetpro is that they've managed to bleed off all of this utility from Big Five. Big Five have got very little left. They've only got flashes left. So if they had to go for a retake, it's going to be difficult. And they've got nothing left to slow down the push. Yeah, the HP is going to be an issue for Leetpro, but they've got all the nades they could possibly want to get into a bomb site here.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, you still have 4 mollies, mollying out those crucial. There we go. Zero finding first contact, not finding the frag though. And that is Custom picking up bananas again. Trying to get into that B side, but not finding any luck. And Blaze, he's going to tag up Zero a bit more there. He's going to look for something with AWP. Here comes those nades that you were talking about. Into side Custom, he's playing a very sneaky angle. Do they find him though? No, Lighters actually finds the second one. There goes the wall bang from Slowly through one of his teammates, actually, funnily enough. And now it was a 2v2. Well,
it was. Takbok pulls out the pistol. Zio comes on the flank, and that is that. So it looks a little bit more exciting than it turned out to be. You know, you'd think, oh, 2v2, this is going to be juicy. And Zio decides, nah. So one thing I got to point out here, and this is, of course, they are starting on CT side, so it means you don't get to dictate your engagements. But Blaze and Spartan, they were the guys, the leading lights on the previous map. Only 1 kill on Spartan, nothing on Blaze yet.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be quite awkward, right? So we do, I mean, the save comes out again. And this is just, or the save comes out from Big Five, rather. And, well, there comes the damage. And Patrick actually going down. Blaze getting another 2 with that CZ. That's great work for him. Picks up that UMP as well. Now it's a 2v3, and the Leetpro players are really low. I mean, Tianqi and Slowly, they don't have 100 HP between them. So this is great work here from the Big Five defense.
Very winnable for them. And of course, the lack of armor is not really going to figure into it too much when the HP is so low on the Ts. It's going to be Tianqi and Slowly are going to have to find really favorable engagements to win this.
They really do. I mean, they also now have bomb control. So looking at a very difficult situation to come back from. Low HP, you don't have bomb control, and you have 2 close angles that you need to peek when your opposition has pistols. And AK is actually picked up now too on the side of Big Five.
I think Custom's going to get him here on the flank. Yep, he will. And Slurry, I'd say if I were you, Slurry, throw that AWP away, bud. because you don't want to give it to them for free. It's going to help the economy, but he's not going to be able to do anything. And there's a hail of gunfire that kind of tags Blaze a little bit more than Slurry. Slurry wasn't such low HP, but there's some free weapons that helps out Big Five's economy massively.
It really does, and I mean that's 2 AKs and an AWP saved. I mean, wow, yeah, that's great work for them, and that puts Leetpro now on the save. I mean, an AK was picked up here by Zio. I don't know if that was just trying to even out the economy a bit, but AKs and full CZ armor buy-ups here, a little bit of utility to work with as well. They're going to go quickly into drop. Slowly, not going to find anyone this time. Yankee, he's going to follow up with that as well, and they're going to try.
Did your mic just die? A horrible death?
I don't think so.
Oh, it came back. Okay. It sometimes cuts out a little bit. It's a little weird. So we got the hero AK buy out of Zio, but talking about heroes, I mentioned Blaze had no kills before the previous round. He gets 3, they win the round. So
yeah,
he answered that one pretty emphatically.
You know, I mean, it just shows how much work he was doing for his team on Inferno as
Oh.
well. I mean, top-ranked Convict. With the AWP there, he's going to defend a little bit. 3v4 now. That's a quick entry there onto the site. And all the flashes do come out. Takbok, he's going to come out. Pistols in hand. Remember, these long-distance fights against the rifles aren't favorable in for Leetpro. And they need to get a little bit closer. The flashes do come out. And they're going to try and push closer here onto the side. Convict is very low. He does have that AWP in hand, though. Takbok, he's getting close. Tries to get one. Doesn't, though. Tianki and Zio finds 2 of their own. And, well, that puts it in a 2v2. But again, Zio with the rifle, he's quite low. Want to throw that out to... Nope. He's going to get taken down before he can. Custom takes that kill onto Zio. 2v1 here. Tianki, a lot of work to do. Bomb is down, though. So this is still doable for him. They do have his number. They know exactly where he's hiding. A little bit of bullets. There we go. He gets the first kill. It's Tianki. All he needs now is a second headshot onto Blaze. He is very low. So all it takes is 1-2. No! Blaze takes it down and gets the 3rd round on the board here for Big Five.
How does Blaze have no armor? Did he forget to buy armor? That could have cost them massively.
Yeah.
That's so weird. The first thing he's probably going to do is buy armor. Please, Blaze.
Yeah,
Yes, there we go. Okay. Good man. But, geez, that was a very close one there. Zio doing some magnificent work with the hero AK, making it work. I think he got 3 in that round. So
yeah,
that made it very close. I think if Tianki had a rifle, that was extremely winnable for him. But with the CZ and being locked in there at the electrical box, it's just not going to work, unfortunately. Still in the lead for Leetpro, but they are on pistols yet again because they've decided to force in that past round. So it should be 4-all here unless something crazy happens.
Yeah, and I mean, well, we saw the potential that can happen with the pistols. I mean, Big Five taking 1. So we'll see here, maybe.
Oh.
Through the smoke, Blaze gets 1. There comes the flash through. Tianki, he just charges through that smoke trying to find the trade. But no, he doesn't. Tianki finds 1. Takbok with the headshot as well. And that is a quick kills here. Zio on site, gets another one. 2v2 now, but Tianki very low. Zio is going to need to do a lot of work here. Tianki, no, Spartan says no. Finds the headshot onto Zio, and that's unfortunate. He is the high HP player as well. Jumping out the window, hello? Tianki finds that kill. Now it's just custom with the AWP left. Tianki still on 4 HP. With the FAMAS in hand, can he do it?
If he gets up close, it's possible because it's going to require Custom. I was going to say to hit a no-scope, but Custom's got the pistol out and somehow 4 HP. Tianki makes it work. What a beauty.
Yeah, that was a great round. All exciting. I mean, the pistols coming through there hard for Leetpro. They made that work very well for them. And, well, that's going to put Big Five onto that. I mean, it feels like a game of ecos, really. I mean, first... It just feels like the teams are getting reset quite hard this game.
Yeah, we didn't see that much on Inferno. It was very much the rifle rounds that were ruling things, and the force buys and pistols didn't do anything. Yeah, the pistols are doing some great work. And I got to say, in that last round, I really thought when Spartan got that kill from Heaven, they knew he was up there. Zio goes up the ladder, and Spartan caught him off with a completely off angle. Very smart, and through the smoke, slowly. I thought in that previous round when that happened with the low HP on Tianki that was it, but no. Tianki, 4 HP, what a hero.
4 HP clutch, always great to see those low HP wins. And, well, are we finding one through the smoke? Custom down to 7 HP, though. And, I mean, I love it how dirty Slow he is right now. I mean, kills through smoke, gotta love it. That's got to put something towards the mental game of Big Five, right? Nobody likes getting dirty.
Oh, the falling headshot.
Okay, never mind. I mean, that also triggering as hell. But Spartan gets another one with 50 as well. Bananas is going to come in, custom left on low HP. Don't think he can find three heads with the Deagle with 7 HP left.
Yeah, not going to happen, unfortunately. So that should be 6-3 for Leetpro, and Leetpro seem to be absolutely intent on taking it to dust too, which this is a much better showing on their map pick.
No, I mean, it looks like a different team, to be honest. And they just, I don't know if it's just them on T side, but they're looking so much more confident than they did on Inferno. And might be because they're on their map, might not be. I don't know what the case is, but it looks like a different team. Never.
Yeah, it does indeed. Custom on 7 HP. Not going to matter with the Deagle if you land headshots, but it doesn't seem like he's all that excited to go for a fight. He's got some armor to look after anyway, so no reason to look for a fight, one would think. So we should see, I was going to say we should see a buy, but actually looking at the money here for Big Five, they got nothing. I thought they maybe had something in the tank. They got nothing. They're going to have to save.
Yeah, they're gonna have to save again. I mean, double eco, 3 rounds down on your map, or sorry, on Leetpro's map pick.
6 on the T side of train as well is definitely good going. It's not as heavily CT sided as it was in the past. It just seems like Counter-Strike in general, aside from Astral, is veering towards being a little bit more even. But yeah, still 6 is plenty, and it looks like it's going to be way more. You should hear the stampeding herd of elephants here, and he should get somewhat of a spray down. He gets all of them, in fact. Thankfully, he's got Tianqi to help him out. If not for that, it may have been all lost, but no. Tianqi, the man of the hour, and he's going to help his team only lose a single kill.
Yep, that's great work there. And I mean, that's those eco kills that you love to see, right? Those quick spray downs. It's always nice to. But Big Five, they're gonna M4 up and pick up a little bit of utility to go with it. No AWP yet. I think they're just managing that because of the economy. And there's Zia already inside, playing Olaf quick down, going towards Ivy already. Ooh. And I don't think Convicts. Oh, Blaze, never mind, says go back towards the spawn because he's gonna get
the smoke.
Through the smoke, Blaze. I mean, cheapers, Blaze. Down. That's another one through the smoke there. You've seen a couple of those tonight already. 3v4 here.
Tuckbox in such a good spot, though. Look at where he's managed to sneak up to. He could get 2 here if he doesn't get seen. He gets 1 and he turns the wrong way. Could actually get punished. Blaze looking for him, but there's the cover defense from Bananas. And I thought that might go wrong there for Tuckbox, but never mind. His forward position does get them the kills they need. And Convict in a 1v3, can he do it?
Well, there's the first one. Very close to getting the second. Yeah, Tuckbox sees where he is, but can't get the tap there. Down to 4 HP. Convict, can you do it again? There comes the nade.
Kirby.
There we go.
Corbus
is the 8th round picked up for Leetpro. Again, like on this map, I mean, Tianqi doing a lot of work there. He's looks like he's woken up on 14 kills there for Leetpro. So doing well here for this team, and I mean, the all-on shows it really.
Yeah, it really does. Pistols again on B5, so unless a miracle comes out, should be 9, and 9 on the T side of train. That is some fantastic work. Nobody I see you saying is the stream stuttering. I don't think it should be. I've not dropped a single frame, and that's usually indicative of stuttering. So Tianqi doesn't stutter, though. He speaks pretty clearly with that AK. Headshots will run.
Does, and Blaze, he's going to find the one dig on to Tianqi, and Bananas replies onto custom 3v4 now, and an AK retrieved for Blaze, so little back towards the speed side, try and get something done here, but Lighters goes down, Tuckbox getting the kill there. Oh, there we go, Blaze with the AK, can he make more work? 3 more to get. Molly does come out, he does find the second player, there we go. AK doing a bit of work there.
This is huge.
Now finds another one, and Slowly left alone here now with AK. He does
what a shot!
Position, gets the shot, what a flick. Slowly, Convict, 1-1. Can he do it? No. Doesn't find the kill there. Slowly gets aggressive. There goes Convict. Finds the kill there. Doesn't have a kit. So that's going to just be the AWP retrieved. And the 9th round on the board. What a close round. I feel like that's a lot closer than it should have been.
Yeah, that was really close. Maybe a bit too aggressive out of Leetpro there as well, because they've been bossing the fight so far. So often in that sort of situation, you'd be tempted to continue to fight when you don't need to. And Blaze, he is still on hot form. He's struggled a little bit here because his team struggled overall, but he's the best player for his team so far, and showing why he's so dangerous. Got himself an AK then with the armor, managed to make it super close.
Yeah, and I mean, everyone on the side of Leetpro going down. That's some nice economical damage as well. It's going to put them, they had all of them, but Slowy says hello. Knight is going down as well.
Blaze
gets a second one.
Geez, the spray control there to adjust to the second player. Blaze singing his praises, and he did some fantastic work. He could get caught off here potentially, but nope, no catching happening.
Oh, he turns around.
Awkward.
Oh man, that's great. Slowy left on 1 HP. He's got the AK in hand. Really? Is he going to get one? There we go. Finds the first one. Can he get the second? No. Spartan rips his head off. And he was only on 1 HP, so gets that final kill. 4 rounds here on the board for Big 5. They're making a move into the right direction. And stopping the momentum is Leetpro, already calling a timeout.
Yeah, interesting to see the timeout coming there. They probably just want to break the momentum, assuming it's tactical. But some great work from Blaze, and he had to be a little bit audacious there, and he brings up the triple kill in that round. First player in his team to hit double digits in round 14, which is pretty scary. But looking at where things stand right now, they're actually within touching distance of 6, and 6 is still doable. It's not the end of the world for you. You do want probably to be the one getting 9 on the CT side, not the T side, but
yeah,
at least it's still doable. To end on 4, however, I think on this map from CT is pretty much a disaster. You never want that. So at least they'd be telling themselves, listen guys, we've still got a chance. We can get these next 2 rounds.
Yeah, I mean that has to be the mentality, right? You can't lose focus in a BO3 especially. I mean, once you lose the mental game, you might as well, sort of type GG and up, because that's for me anyway, in my opinion, that is the biggest part of CS. If you win that mental game, then it's much, I think you're 90% of the way there. You just need a little bit of aim.
The whole game's a mental game. Recoils. It's all in our brains. It's all in our minds. It's a simulation.
Yep. So, well, saying that,
I'm just messing with you, man.
Leetpro, yeah, they KK's up to pistols. A little bit of damage there through the wall there onto custom. He's applying down to Slowy using that wall. Great work there. Nade coming in. Finally a nade that does no damage. And I think Leetpro there going to be quite happy with that. Convict mixes the first shot. Slowy picks him up. And that is the entry there, or the first pick there onto the B side. And Slowy is going to go for that. Oh, he's going to get it. And we've seen how dangerous he is shooting that AK to his teammate. So that's a gun retrieved here. 4v5 in favor of Leetpro. 9 rounds up they are. And well, there goes Tianki. He's going to go down. Blaze. Spidey senses tingling, and well, finds the kill there, making it a 4v4.
That was some nice work, bringing it up level again, and now weapons on everybody for Leetpro. So this is still quite dangerous, and there's very little utility for the CTs to stop any potential push as well. Not that there's a ton for Leetpro either, but at least they've got a smoke, and they've got a kill courtesy of Slurry. That AWP is probably the worst thing that could have happened to Big 5 for Slurry to have one, because he's been having so much fun with the weapon so far on this map, and he just continues.
Yeah, that's a great second kill there from Slowy. Picked up that AWP from Convict. Well, doesn't get the no-scope, though. He's been doing great work already. Can he find the ace? There, he gets the 4th kill. Can he get the 5th? No, Spartan says no, and gets the 2nd as well. 1v1. Can he get the 3rd? Oh, my word. Puckbook finally takes him down. He's going to retrieve that AWP for Slowy as well. Slowy getting 4. After picking the AWP up from Convict. That's some great work there.
Yeah, that is some rather amazing work from him. Luckily, he had an AK in that initial engagement. I think maybe it might not have gone so well for him had he had a pistol. But either way, you take your luck when you can get it and you make your own luck. And Slowy making plenty of luck for himself there with a quad kill.
Definitely. And, well, on the 15th round, Blaze has that shotty in hand. Let's see what he can do with it. Hopefully we see some flashy plays. But smoke does come down. Shots not fired. There we go. Spartan with the headshot onto Slowy and says bye to that AWP that he's been having so much fun with. Well, now 4v5 here. Favor of Big 5. Weaponry not in the favor. So we'll see what happens in the latter stages of this round. Also not much util on Big 5 here.
Oh, there's another kill coming in. Things are falling apart a little bit now. These players taking up one-up fights to try to equalize things, and it's just not working out for them. 5v2, very, very quickly, it just sort of spun on its head. So the
Yeah.
TNK and Bananas now, they got a rather tough job, and any bomb site they go to, they're going to be facing 2 to 3 players within the first few seconds because they've, of course, got a rotator there and connector. So I mean, it's all pretty standard stuff for Big Five. They should be able to close it unless Leetpro do something amazing. Can they do something amazing? There's a nice start, but Lighters with the reply.
Light is getting that nice tap there with the CZ and through the smoke again. Spartan, what are you doing? Yankee goes down, and that's 10-5 in the favor of Leetpro. And, well, not really the half that I think Big Five we were expecting from Big Five after such a dominant performance in the first map, eh?
Yeah, just laughing at the music back again, actually playing. At least it's better than the default music, guys. I feel good about that, at least. It's not the default music, but I don't think any music is going to cheer Big Five up that much, but still, they take a little bit of heart from getting 5. 5 is still, you can still sustain the loss of a pistol round and maybe make a half out of it. 4, it's pretty much pistol round loss, you're done. Let's see how things go. Big Five bossed the pistol rounds on Inferno. Didn't have such a good time in the first pistol round here on Leetpro's map pick, so let's see CT side, do Leetpro have the setups, or do Big Five have something special prepared? It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's probably just going to be a relatively straightforward B rush.
Yeah, does look that way. Slowy with the information peak. Not anything yet, though, but he is the only player on B side. Bananas, though, he's going to find some information. There we go. They are onto B side. Bomb is going to go down, and no kills yet. A lot of damage being done there to Slowy, but Bananas, he's in a pivotal position coming from the back there. Blaze finds one. Can he get a second? Yes, he does. Third? Hello? No? Spartan picks him up there, and that's a quick 3v2 now as Chloe from the train gets another one there. Tuckbork. Chloe here on the retake. Can they do it? And, well, he is close. Custom. He needs to find the heads here of somebody, but no. Spartan says hello. There's the headshot from Custom. And that is the 6-round pistol round being taken up by Big Five. And, I mean, that's a great way to start the half there from them being taken.
Yeah, that is a great start. And, well, that's exactly what they needed to find their way back into this. Because if things go as they should, and you win your anti-ecos and anti-force buys, they should be up on at least 8 before Big Five can... Well, sorry, before Leetpro can reply. This Team ATB thing really wrecks me sometimes.
Yeah, no,
I sort of subconsciously look at the names at the top just to remind myself I'm not crazy. And when I look up and it says the wrong thing, then I'm like, oh, crap, I'm crazy.
Well,
Theo
finding one there onto Convict. He's going to retrieve the rifle there as well. And Spartan doing in the fashion that he has been the whole game. Getting the entry flag there onto B side. Now all players here are on this B side, trying to find some work there. Tuckbook with the 1 dig onto Lighters. Spartan doing more work, getting another one. Can he get the third for himself there? Yeah, Tuckbook, he's looking for the kill with the Deagle. And there we go. Custom finds a little bit of damage onto Tianki. 3v3 pistols versus rifles. There's Spartan with the third. He could find the ace here. Tianki, he's going to get the deagle shot onto him, as that is Spartan down. Big hitter here for Big Five rather.
What? How did Tianki manage to get out of there?
I don't know. He is being chased though, so that is going to be the round taken down. And, well, 7th round on the board here. A lot of damage being done though. And let's not forget the all-important AK being saved there by Tianki.
Indeed, it is a very, very important bit of kit that could do some damage here. Talking about doing some damage, we've got E-League Premier going on at the moment, and for once, MIB are actually winning something. Looks like they're about to beat Cloud9, who happen to not be very good anymore. So, congratulations, Brazilians.
That team, yeah.
First map, anyway. We've still got a way to go.
Okay. Well, it's going to be interesting the totals of that game. But, well, coming back to some ACS, though. Leetpro back onto a save. Only a couple of 1 P250, a couple of USPs and that AK save from Tianki. Let's see if he can do some work. Another B hit here by Big Five. Damage for the people coming out of connector is Spartan. He finds one for his efforts. That is Tianki. Convict going with the Mac 10. Finding another one. Lighters picking it up as well. Bomb still yet to go down. There we go.
Geez, I've tried really hard to bait MIBR lovers in chat, and nobody but. I'm kind of disappointed by that, but you win some and you lose some. Unfortunately, Tuckbook losing that particular version of some. Banana's just looking to hang on to this gun, but there's no way that he's going to be able to. He'll be tucked into the ground, lying face down in a pool of his own juice. Usually called blood, but your mind went the other place, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Well, I mean, now
it's a family show, ReCo1LZa.
19th round of the game, and Slowy has his all-important AWP here. So we'll see if he can do some work. He has been doing a lot of work with this game already, and well, can find one. Nobody's going to peek him there onto the A main area, but Tuckbook, he finds the kill onto Spartan, which is a great opening frag here from him. Spartan doing a lot of work for his team already. Being on 19 kills, top fragger of Big 5, and well plays.
See,
I'm not going to find anything though.
Tuckbook actually managed to body block the smoke from his teammate there by mistake, so he had to re-smoke towards the drop area, but no harm done. There is some harm being done, however, with this lurk from Custom. He is so dangerous with that sort of play, and he is in a good situation. Tianki, however, he could be the man to unlock things here. He needs a bit more than that, though. I thought he could do more, and he's not able to do anything. Things unraveling a little bit here for the CTs.
Oh, Custom finding one. There we go. Slowly with the AWP. He replies finally. Can he find a second?
Oh!
He does with an amazing flick. Gets the second kill. Now there's just a 1v2 left. Both players are very low HP. Headshot range for the Skalil. Only's going to take a headshot each, but this sees the feet to 0, and that's going to be the defuse. Slowy with the AWP, man. He is doing some great work.
Yeah, he's hitting such fast flicks. He's just having a good time overall, as we were saying. And I see Kenny says that he needs to find somebody to hold him. There is nobody here in chat who can hold you. Literally, there is nobody. That's a bad joke, but I don't care. I'm fine with it. I think nobody noticed. I got away with it.
I'll laugh at your jokes.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. I know you're contractually obligated to, but
I mean, we didn't have to disclose that.
well, still, there's the round from Leetpro and the heroics coming out of Slowy yet again. Still a buy available here for Big 5, but it means the economy is going to be on a little bit on its last legs. They do have a fair bit available to them in terms of resources, and that's going to help with an entry like that. Custom doing such good work here, and he's going to get the second. Actually, Blaze mugging him.
Oh, well, that is the 2 entries down. Now B-side is taken here by Big 5. Smoke landing there. Through the smoke is Spartan getting another one.
What?
Smoke turning around. Getting a second, finally being taken down by Zio. And that is now Zio left in a 1v. Not going to happen. Headshot comes out. Big 5 takes another round. And that is now 9-11. The game is getting a lot closer here.
Yeah, I see Banana's complaining about his internet. That's always the excuse, right? When when things go wrong. I know he legitimately does have quite some issues, so do hope he manages to sort it out. They've had quite a few games at Leetpro this past season where they had to get a sub in to help them on various maps because of internet issues for Bananas. So let us hope that can be sorted. Meanwhile, they've still got the lead, but B5 are making things closer against Leetpro, yeah.
They are definitely, and I mean, resetting Leetpro again, I mean, being on a save, help them hold this lead unless they pull out something crazy here. Convict though, he's on that AWP. Don't lose it too slowly, and you might win the round. Well, a flash does come through. Banana's not finding anything though, and Spartan actually taking a fair bit of damage there from the nades. Lighters though, he finds the entry onto Slowy. Oh, Bananas finds the head of Spartan there with the P250. That's always a satisfying kill to see. With the P250, not the players, I mean. But it's the tap from onto Tianki. Not going to find it though. And Banana's just going to do the long rotate with the AK. Might even think about saving this one.
Yeah, I'd probably recommend that. Do you think I did a very good job at clearing viewers with the dad joke? Okay, guys, it won't happen again. 11-9, very soon to become 11-10. So Big 5 definitely drawing a little bit closer. And the CT side from them, obviously not that great, but they still got the 5. And
yeah,
they're in a fairly good position. If you look at Big 5 historically, they've tended to be pretty good on this map overall. So definitely not in the clear or Leetpro at all.
No, not at all. And I mean, look, 10-11, it is now anyone's game. In Pro here, they are gonna save again. I mean, Famus is being picked up, a couple of sets of armor, no nades, 2 deagles, not really a buy that you can confidently go into a round with saying, look guys, we're gonna win this. So they again, something great has to come. We have seen them win these though. So let's see if they can pull it out of the hat again as Big 5 of the bathrooms area up again. But he's getting a 50. Might be able to find himself 1 or 2 if he goes in at the right time. But there we go. He makes a sound cue. So Big 5 are going to know he's here waiting for that.
Oh, he dinked him.
Oh.
He could have gotten that kill, actually.
He could have.
That's some pinpoint shooting there, but not going to matter in the overall scheme of things. I just think Leetpro probably looking to do some damage here with the weaponry that they've got.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and also looking at the angles they're holding, they're pretty much playing a retake on A. Literally, Tianki just playing for information from Ivy's side, looking for the pushes. Yeah, he might find one here. Yes, he does. Picks up Spartan. Can he find a second though? Not being able to retrieve that AK. And did he pick it up? No, he didn't. He got mollied out of there pretty quickly. So Convict, he's got the AWP. Gonna hold down to Old Bomb Train. There are the 1, 2 deagle. Tianki, no, doesn't find the 1 deagle, but there's Convict with the AWP. Finally getting a kill now. 3v Bananas with the AK.
It's possible now.
By that headshot. Oh, there. Does find the kill. And there we go. Zio now in a 1v2. Can't close it off. Lighters there. Finds the last kill. Ties the game up 11-11. And now we are back to a full buy from both teams.
Yeah, looking at the scoreboard in the meantime, Blaze and Spartan both on 21 kills. And I think that's correct, because I know with the Panorama we have some bugs, because on mine, it's on the regular HUD, it shows it's 0, and Bananas have got 21, and I know that's not true.
Yeah, no, that's unfortunate. Oh, that's not true at all. And
Valve, please fix.
Valve, please. And Tianki, sorry, Spartan, looking for the kill onto Tianki. Not going to find anything though. He's going to go back up towards bathrooms, go towards that B side, smoke off dog, and there comes the flashes out. Tianki custom finds the head there. Literally a pixel of his head showing, finds the angle and gets the kill. Now, can he find the second? Tap, tap, tap. Doesn't find the kill though. Custom going down a bit. And, well, Leetpro here again find themselves a man down after finds that great headshot onto Tianki. And, well, if they can hold this, the bomb is now moving towards the B side. They're doing great with faking out the rotates from Leetpro though, is Big 5.
Yeah, Leetpro did buy it completely. And then Big 5 have just been really slow to actually try to utilize it. Because if they'd gone 15 seconds ago, that B-bomb side had Slurry all the way back. Now Slurry taking a bunch of damage. It still might work out for Big 5 nonetheless, but maybe if they'd gone a little bit sooner, it would be easier. Don't know. Spartan's making it look easy. However, he gets 2.
Finding the 2 entries as he has been doing this whole game. But Zio coming from behind could find Lighters there holding, but the nade onto, or the leg shot there onto Spartan. There you go. Bernard's going to finish it off. Tuckbork getting the assist there. 2v3 now is down, but there comes Lighters or Zio from behind.
Where are the calls?
Hello, Convict. Why hasn't that been called? And now Banana's finding a kill there. He gets the frag with the AWP. Now in a great position here to find Lighters as well.
Oh, that's it.
Lighters gonna go down to the USP, but no time. He actually found the kill. He got the kill onto Zio on the defuse.
Jeez, I just don't know how that sequence of events happened. You know, Zio coming from behind there on the long flank. He takes a fight with the AWPer there at the top, and then there's no call to Convict. Convict gets shot in the back as Zio comes down the ramp. Then it looks like they've got it. Bananas is posting up at the top to avoid any sort of damage onto his teammate, going for the full 10-second defuse, and he misses. Just
that's unlucky, hey?
Strange stuff.
Oh, great round there. And I mean, Lighters being able to just, push through and get that kill. There goes the molly, plus Blaze with the AK finds the first opening frag there. Spartan, Blaze and Spartan, that partnership doing well here, opening up onto side. Tianki going to make his way with the rest of his team towards this A side, see if they can try and deny this bomb plant, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it. 3v5 versus a full arsenal of AKs. And there we go. Zio picks up the AWP, so that's a little bit there for them. Let's see if he's going to be able to save that. I don't think he's in a great position to do so. So, yep, there goes Convict. He gets dinked up though, so that puts him down very low as well. Tianki doing work there with that pistol, making sure that aggression is stopped. And the Deagle from Slowy finds the head of Spartan. That's some great work there as well. Doing some eco damage here with the 1 kill rather. And that AWP isn't going to be able to be saved either. So, Slowy, he's left alone with the Deagle and armor, and 13th round on the board here for Big 5.
Yeah, it looks like we might not be going to a third map after all, the way things are going. It was looking so good for Leetpro. They had such a good lead at 10-5 half as well, off their T side going to CT, and it just seems like the T sides are ruling the roost today on train, which is a little unusual. But also talking about unusual, triple off, Zio, Slowy, and Bananas. All 3 men have been primary AWPers in their careers, and all 3 of them have decided we're pulling them out now. Desperate times.
I think they heard you talk about them in the first game. And they were like, yeah, we're just going to show Axe what we do with these AWPs. Let's see if it works out for them. Can they get the opening frag? Zio didn't see Lighters cross. No, he's going to
what a flick.
There we go. All he needs is a shoulder, and he takes down Lighters. First kill is going to go in the favor of Leetpro. And
look at the B stack, actually.
Little cluster.
That's actually interesting. 3 players on B here from Leetpro waiting for a potential push. So I wonder if that's some kind of read that they brought in, because it does look like Big 5 tend to go towards B fairly later on quite regularly.
Yeah, I mean, they have been. I mean, most of these rounds that they've been winning, they have been on the B side. So I think it's a great little recall there from Leetpro. And what they're going to do here, though, the Big 5 are going back towards Ivy to see if they can try and make their way onto A side. But Slowy is going to greet them there with the AWP.
They're not going to necessarily know that there's more than one AWP, much less that there's 3.
No, exactly. You know, so I mean, Slowy, he's going to peek this again and going to spot 3 players. Hopefully they stand in the line. Collateral coming in. Wow! Gets the flick onto Convict and gets out. And I mean, that's just the speed. The AWP down there is.
We so flashed.
Very flash. Blaze gets 1. Custom gets 2nd. 3v3 now.
Bananas. That was a really egregious miss. And unfortunately, Tianki now announcing his presence as well. He'll still get the kill anyway, but things have gone a little bit less than right there for Leetpro in that situation. It could have been so much better for them. Still a 2v2, still possible as the bomb goes down, but HP not favoring the CTs whatsoever.
Tianki from heaven there. He's going to try and find something, but he is on low HP. I don't think Blaze realizes he's here. Zio on mid side as well. So these 2 players playing very sneakily. Blaze thinks somebody is coming from behind. Look on sight. Look towards bomb. Somebody look heaven. There we go. Zio finding 1 kill. Blaze replying on Tianki. And now it is the AWP versus the AK. And Blaze has no idea that Zio is being this aggressive. Tusk, the no-scope doesn't find it. Tusk, second no-scope doesn't find it. Finally picks up his pistol and gets the kill onto Blaze. Does he have time though?
Oh, it's going to be really tight. No, and I don't think so. Yeah, there we go.
14th round on the board here for Big 5, and that's a lot of economical damage there. I mean, triple AWP. They come out with 1, so it's okay. But losing 2 AWPs in a round, I mean...
Yeah, that is a bit of pull for Leetpro, unfortunately. Got to lay a little bit of blame at the feet of Tianki there. He's had a really good games overall so far, but unfortunately there, considering they didn't know where he was, he fluffed his shots twice, and that really did allow quite a lot of space for Big 5. It's not solely his fault, of course. Bananas with a rather egregious miss as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately, sometimes when it rains, it pours.
I mean, can't agree with you more. And well, flashes are coming down again. Looks like Big 5 are trying to find some information onto the B side. Banana spotting out custom there. Is going to come down. A little bit of spam. Not going to find anything though. AKs versus a couple of SMGs on the side of Tap. Well, there's the head of Slowy gone down. And that's a bit of aggression and Ivy punished. And here comes dash down drop. Zio with a quick shot. Not finding it. Missing actually. Custom. There we go. He finds the second one. Blaze going down. Well, here comes the smokes onto a site, and looks what Big Five are going to do. There's the double drop. Not going to find anyone though, and there's Zio. There he finds the second shot. Or can he find the third? Yes, he does. That's 3 for him now on the round. He's going to have to do a little bit more work here. Can he do it? No, he doesn't. Spartan actually finds him there. Now it is just Bananas left with UMP alive, 1v2, and Molly does come down. That's going to slow him down a bit there on drop, and doesn't look like they have an idea of where he's coming from. Spartan should check that angle once he's planted the bomb and see, but no. And there you go. Comes out, doesn't find the kill though. Long range UMP, not going to work well. And that is 15th round. Game match point here for Big Five.
Probably game, set, match if we're really honest as well.
Yeah.
If you look at it, just unfortunately they're scraping the bottom of the barrel for the weapons in that last round, and they've fully invested, got everything they could possibly get, and still an okay buy here, but they're not going to have really much in the way of utility, unfortunately. Zio did some amazing work in that last round, you got to say, and if he'd maybe found one more, it would have been it. But then again, if he found one more, he would have had a quad kill. So it's just like
exactly.
you can't always say that. It's like, oh, if only he'd gotten one more. Well, geez, what more does he have to do? He got 3.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really expect. I mean, a little bit of individual effort goes a long way, but I think that's a little bit too much to ask from one player. A lot of damage being traded out here from the SMGs, but Convict finding Zio through the wall there. That's a little bit of a nice play there coming out. So again, Leetpro finding themselves one man down going into the early stages of this round, and not a place you want to be when you're game point against Big Five.
Yeah, difficult spot here for the team. Leetpro looked to be in control of this particular map for quite a while. Of course, they got blown out by Big Five, who looked absolutely imperious on Inferno. Now that they've switched to T side after not the greatest CT side, things have looked really good for Big Five. That entry power reigning supreme yet again. There's Convict with the kill. Slurry does get 1, but the defense is completely confused. There is a player, however, who's been left alone here. TNT making it work this time, but if only he had a rifle, he would have done more.
Yeah, he could have got a lot more work done, but this is now 2v3, and it looks like, yep, that is going to be the game. And GG, that is Big Five taking that 2-0 in quite dominating fashion. I mean, for the first part of train, Leetpro were looking really strong, I must say.
Yeah, they really did, and we saw some good work coming out of a number of players there. Tianki had some good rounds. He had one round where things didn't go his way, but overall, he had a really good game. Slowy looked great for Leetpro as well, but of course, looking great isn't enough. They didn't win. The win was all Big Fives. Big Five didn't necessarily do anything as flashy as what we saw coming out of Zio and Slowy. They just did what was required, and the entry power on Inferno, Blaze, and Spartan, that was just looking fantastic.
Yeah, no, it really was. Blaze and Spartan, I think they were doing so much work, not only on Inferno, but on Train as well. Spartan doing some great work into that. Not only that, but I mean, like, just overall, he was doing really well. He top fragging as well.
Yeah, I'd say Blaze definitely the guy for me if we're saying an MVP. He was so impactful on the first map, and he's the guy who saved them in the late CT half on Train when things were going awry. He managed to get a 3K and get them back to get 5 rounds. So definitely the guy who had the most impact for me for Big Five. Overall, an interesting game. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the dust too, which would have been quite spicy, I think, but we didn't get there after all. Well played to both teams, and good job on our first cast together. The bad jokes were quite minimal. I was worried it would be worse.
Yeah, I mean, we get clear of those until the end there. But yeah, a couple of bad jokes goes a long way, I guess.
Indeed. Well, we thank you guys for joining us. It's been VS Masters Leg 4 Leetpro versus Big Five. Big Five reigning supreme, showing why they are one of the top 3 teams in the country. We'll be back with some more VS later in the week, won't we, ReCo1LZa?
Definitely. Can't wait, guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Cool, guys. Have a good evening. Cheers.
Cheers.